Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. I am Amal M. Das, the founder CEO of Arjuna Group Trust, which is an NGO working for youth empowerment as well as director of Sriji Institute of Human Excellence. We are on a mission to enhance the family, social and relationships well-being of more than 1 billion families. If you connect or resonate with this mission, please kindly subscribe to this channel. So last week I actually made a video where we had discussed about what to do when we feel unloved. So you can see the link which is there on the top somewhere here. So I discussed about when we feel unloved, there could be various reasons of it, and last week I discussed mainly the one reason, which is lack of reciprocation from another person. So in a relationship we discovered that there has to be reciprocation from both the people, right? The relationship has to be mutually benefit to both the parties, right? So if there is lack of reciprocation, one of the parties will start feeling unloved. But there can be many more reasons a person may feel unloved. Another reason which I am going to talk about today is basically having too many expectations or too much expectations from the other person. Yeah. So in a relationship like A and B, right? So if A has a lot of expectation from B and B is unable to meet those expectations, then also A can start feeling unloved. So we'll cover about this phenomenon today. This video again is in 3 parts. In the first part, I will tell you a wonderful story from a very amazing, wonderful scripture called as Bhagavad Puran, and we'll derive some lessons from there. And in the second part, I will tell you what are the 4 ways a person can be benefited in a relationship and what leads to over expectations in the relationships. Okay, and in the last part we'll talk about how to set reasonable expectations with others and what to do if we start feeling unloved in that case. So we are in the part 1 of the video, and I'm going to tell you the story of King Rahuguna. This is a story from Bhagavad Puran. So there was a king many centuries ago whose name was King Rahuguna. Now he was a very well qualified king. He was very kind and compassionate, and he was very knowledgeable also, but he had some pride that he is a great hero or a great king. So one day he was going to some sage's ashram and he was being carried over in a palanquin. There used to be this palanquin, palanquin where the 4 people used to carry, and the king was sitting inside and the 4 people were carrying him. When they reached to a particular place, a particular river, so these 4 carriers, they were very tired and they thought that they need some replacement. So therefore they told the king, sir, please excuse us, we'll need a replacement. And therefore they started searching in the nearby village. Can there be a replacement who could come and help them to carry the king towards the ashram of that rishi which he was wanting to meet. So the carriers, they went and they were searching in the village and they found a very strong, hefty young man. Now he felt like very strong and competent, and they thought that yes, this could be a very good person who can replace one of us, and therefore the king can continue moving ahead in the palanquin. They did not know anything about him. They just brought him to the king, and then he very humbly accepted the role. He said, okay, no problem, let me help my king and go to that sage's ashram. So they were on the way, and they could be replaced, and they were on the way, and he was a very hefty man, so very easily they were moving around. But there was a problem which happened. What happened? So this hefty man, his name was Jad Bharat. So though he was very strong and everything, but he also had a very great high character, right? And he had very great, kind, compassionate values. Actually, he was a very self-realized person according to Bhagavad Puran. So while he was walking the palanquin, in between, he was always seeing that there shouldn't be an ant, an ant should not get crushed by his feet. So what would happen as he was walking, he would see an ant somewhere, he would immediately stop just so that the ant can cross the way. Now what would happen by that? Imagine if the other 3 are walking and suddenly this man stops, so the whole palanquin will get a jerk, and the king who is sitting inside, he will also get a jerk, very strong jerk. So what will happen? The king would not get a very joyful experience, rather he would get a bumpy experience of the ride. So after 2-3 times it happened this way. So the king became very angry and he shouted upon the carriers, hey, come on, why can't you carry this palanquin properly? What is happening? And when the king shouted like that, the three other carriers, they become very fearful of the punishment of the king, and they said, my dear king, it is actually not our fault. This man, new person, this Jad Bharat, he has actually come, and I don't know for what reason he is stopping. I don't know, sir. So the king became very extremely angry. He came out and he was started chastising left, right, center. He started speaking ill words, to this Jad Bharat. So I will tell you the other part of the story later, but let's see some lessons from the story and how it is relevant about our today's discussion. So we see that initially when the Jad Bharat joined the team, they were very happy because he seemingly was very competent to carry the king. But later on, what happened? Their expectations from Jad Bharat became frustrated, and therefore the king, he started shouting and he started, speaking ill words to the person. The reason was the king's expectation from Jad Bharat was not being met, right? So whenever our expectations are not being met, we start feeling unhappy, and the relationship with that person will definitely not be going good. So what should we do? Let's see in the part 2. Now, is it that in life we can have relationships and there can be no expectations with others? Well, it's too hard to form such relationships. Usually, the relationships should be mutually beneficial to each other. So, definitely there will be some expectations, but we should not be having over expectations or too much expectations from one person. So, let me tell you the 4 benefits we can receive in any relationship, and then we will continue this topic. So, generally, when we talk about mutual benefit, we basically may be getting one or more of these benefits out of these 4 benefits which I am going to discuss. So what are these benefits? So the very first benefit which we see in any relationship, we could be making that relationship because we see the high competence of that person. So the person may be very competent. That's why we are making that relationship. What does it mean? It means that the person has expertise, right, or skills to solve your problem. So you have some issues, you have some problem, and you see that this person can actually very expertly solve your problem. So this is the reason you want to make that relationship. This is the first type of benefit which you can get from a relationship. But there is second type of benefit also which you can get, which is care. So the person may or may not be competent, but they can be very genuinely kind and supporting and caring in nature. So what is there? So kind, caring, supporting, genuinely supporting in nature. So when you go and meet such people, you feel like your self-worth has increased, because they genuinely believe in you. So they have a deep concern for your well-being. Okay, so this is another benefit you may be getting in a relationship, because of which you may make that relationship. Okay, so that's number 2 benefit in any relationship. But there is another third benefit which you may be receiving. So a person may be competent, may be caring, or may not be both of that. But third thing could be the character. So you may see that the person's character is very strong, and they are people, they are very strong, they have very strong values, right? Very strong values, and they are very steadfast on those values. So basically you approach such people, they are also very down to earth and practical, down to earth and practical. So you may be confused in a situation that what you should be doing. So you may go and approach such people in this relationship because you want some clarity in life. So these people can offer clarity. They are very honest, very strong in their value system. So they can help you get clarity, etc. in life. So you approach these people because of their very good character. Then the fourth benefit you may be getting in any relationship is also the consistency. So what does it mean? That the person may have these 3 or not, we don't know, but definitely they are available for you. They are available. When you need their help, they are available for you. They want to make themselves available and they give time to you, right? So that's why, you want to approach them when you are in difficulty, when you are in need. So these are the 4 benefits you may be getting in any relationship. Now, where is the problem? The problem comes when we are, please note this carefully, now this is very important. Now if you like these stories which I am telling you, if you like these concepts which I am telling you, please subscribe to this channel. We keep making videos every week to actually educate you about relationships, family, social well-being, right? And also put in the comment box how you actually see this whole concepts. So this is like 4 C's which you can be getting, 4 C's or 4 types of benefits you can get in any relationship. Now where is the problem? The problem of over expectation comes when you expect all these 4 from one person, from one relationship, right? So like, somebody may be very competent, but they may not be very kind and caring in a relationship with you. Or another person, for example, your mother or your wife or somebody may be very caring and kind, but then they may be not having the skills or expertise to solve your problem. Like you may be having, say somebody wants a discussion on career, etc. Now the wife may not be competent, the mother may not be competent, but they are very caring in nature. But when we start expecting all these 4 benefits coming from one single relationship, that's where the problem of over expectations lie. So in the case of Rahugada, let's see how it happened. So in Rahugada's case, Jad Bharat was a very competent person for his particular need. So they needed, so I am talking here about Jad Bharat. Let us see what happened in case of Jad Bharat. So what happened was, Jad Bharat was competent to carry the king, right? He was very competent, wonderful, no problem. But the king was also expecting that he should be very kind and caring and supporting towards himself. But in this particular case, he was not able to. And what was the reason? Because he had a very high character. Such a high character that he didn't want even to step over one ant also. So therefore he was stopping, and abruptly, and therefore the king was having a bumpy ride. Just see. So having a good character can also become a problem in terms of caring, so sometimes there is a conflict which exists in such relationships, that people may offer us 1, 2 or 3 of these benefits, but they may not be able to offer all the 4 benefits, and therefore the expecting all of this coming from one relationship can create a big problem or mess in the relationships. Let's analyze a little more. So let us say, I talked about, let us say you have a friend. Now your friend may be very competent, towards a particular skill which you have, which you need, so you're going through some problem, let's say a health crisis or some relationship issues or something. Then the person may have lot of skills or expertise, therefore you are having that relationship, but again, they may not be consistently available. They may be busy in so many things. So therefore, they may not be able to make themselves available. And you may start feeling frustrated, what is this, why is he not actually available when I am in problem? So there is one case of over expectations. Or sometimes we have like husband or wife or life partner. In case of life partner, they may be very caring, very kind, etc. and maybe having good character, etc. But again, they may not be available all the time for the other partner. Why? Because suppose there are children's needs are there, in-laws needs are there, so many different, one's own health needs are there. So you may, although they may try, but they may not be able to make themselves available always for you. It may just become humanly impossible. So such kind of cases arise. Now let me tell you in the third part what you should be doing. What are reasonable expectations? So reasonable expectations are, in any relationship, if you are getting even one of these, instead of expecting too much, be grateful for what you are receiving from them. And if you have the need of other benefits which you need, that may be genuine, but you may have to get that in other relationships. So therefore the principle is, do not over expect from one person, rather be grateful for whatever they are giving to you, and instead you may have to make many relationships with many different people where all these 4 benefits you could be deriving. And another point, additional point I want to tell you here. What is it? That in your relationship with the other people, you should also see and focus on which of these benefits could you be giving to them, right? In that way, you can create much more better and meaningful relationships which can be deeply satisfying. Thank you very much. So I hope that this video you liked. As I discussed about previously, so we have this book on parenting teenagers. If you want to buy this, there is a link in the description. Please let me know how you like this video, the concepts which I am talking about, the story which I am discussing, and if you want in any particular topic I should make a video, please put in the comment box. Do let me know your opinions in the comment box below. Thank you so much for today.